All right, next blitz, Boston. Again, telling you where we're going, blitz and B gaps. All right. We're doing this out of base, so we keep our Sam and Will in. Our Sam and Will are blitzers. Again, we let our cover guys cover, have a deep middle safety. So here, guys come from depth. We get pressure on the quarterback. He does end up standing in the pocket. But we do get a hit on him as he's letting the ball go. Ends up being a pop ball, or corner ends up making a play on the ball, and we get an interception. Here you can really see it, right? So our tackle crosses face. It pulls the guard, forces a double team. That's what opens up this B gap. All right. The guard sees it, but he sees it late, comes off late. Our linebacker does a good job of being athletic, dipping, getting underneath this guard, and getting a hit on the quarterback. Here backside, we're blitzing a linebacker from depth. All right. We expect him to win this one-on-one battle against the running back. He does a good job of keeping his feet moving, running through the running back, and getting a hit and pressure on the quarterback. So again, because the quarterback isn't able to follow through, to step up and follow through, it's a jump ball. We end up getting an interception. All right. So again, this is Boston out of money. So we're blitzing our free safety into the B gap, as well as our Sam. We've taken our Will backer out. We've put in a DB. And again, the DB is a cover guy. So we're letting him cover. So this was actually a spring game. This is something I experimented with. We call this our chaos front, where our D-line didn't get down in stances. They kind of stood around. We had a bunch of guys kind of standing around moving. So the offense didn't know who was who. Again, it's something I just experimented with in the spring. Here you can see the back flares, the DN peels, but he sees it late and he's a little bit too tight. He's not wide. That's how this back is able to get outside of him. Fortunately, we get fast pressure on the quarterback, so we can't exploit it. And the DN realizes he messed up because he does know he has peel. He sees it. He's just a little bit late because he's rushing too wide. So the coaching point here, especially for the DNs, you have to get wide so that you can see this back flare and you're able to contain him and run with him when he does flare. So here, there's a little bit tighter copy. So again, you can see this is our safety, and this is our Sam backer. Again, they're both blitz and B gaps. Somebody comes free. You free release a guy, someone's going to come free. So the offense has to make that decision. If we're going to free release, okay, but we're exposing our quarterback to a hit. All right, so Chicago. Again, keep it simple. Contain blitzing. We're sending our two outside backers. That's now the nickel and the Will. Okay, so now we bring our safety down to cover, to replace the nickel. So now our middle backer, or our Sam, is the free guy. Now, we're not going to have them drop back 12, 14 yards. We basically teach them, again, we're sending pressure, contain pressure. We're taking away the interior gaps with our D-line pinching. The outside backers are contained rushing. We just teach them you're a free defender, read the quarterback. If he looks one direction, drift that way, and cover. Again, these contained rushers, they have the same rules as the DNs before. Anytime you're a contained rusher, if the back flares and our city blitzes, you peel and go with the back. So here, you can see our nickel and Will contain rushing. So you can see our Sam backer here. He's free. All the interior gaps are taken, so he's more of a scraper. Here our safety, right? That's number 3. He has the fullback, so he's lined up over the fullback. What we teach when guys are manned on backs, anytime they blitz, or I'm sorry, anytime they go or expand to pick up the blitz, so you can see that's his man. He picks up our outside contained blitzer. We teach him immediately snap your head, get your head inside, and now you're in essence going to be a replacer. So he's stuck on that contained blitzer. So the blitzer stays stuck on him. Now he's free to get his head inside and become an interior rusher. So you can see he drifts, he sees the contained rusher, picks him up, he gets his head inside, and now he comes inside to get in and make the play. Now, obviously, you know, our end here who pinches ends up bending and chasing and is unblocked. He beats the tackle across his face. All right, it puts the stress on this tackle because the tackle now he has to decide, do I take the end coming inside or do I take the contained rusher? He gets stuck in no man's land, and that frees him up to make the tackle. If he didn't make the tackle, we've got 23 right here who would have come up and made the tackle because he's a free guy. All right, so with money package, so now we have both safeties blitzes. So again, our free safety always blitzes in our money package. Now we add the strong safety. And it leaves that middle backer to be the open up free guy. So now we have our two safeties as our contained rushers, two athletic kids, contained rushing. It also keeps them interested. And now, you know, safety's like, yeah, I get the blitz now. So these coverage guys are the adjusters. So if this were trips, you know, the nickel or the money would come over. But we're always going to blitz the two safeties. So here you can see the safeties creep down. Again, it puts a bind on this tackle. The tackle has to decide, do I block the DN who crosses face or do I go to contained rusher? He goes to contained rusher. That frees up the DN, and the DN ends up getting a tackle for loss. So here you can see it clearly. All right, the tackle basically lets the DN go, goes and picks up the contained rusher. DN's free, unblocked, gets a sack on the quarterback. All right, you can see the Sam backer again, he's free. The back looks like what would be a free release. He goes inside the contained rusher so the contained rusher doesn't pick him up. But again, he's there just in case. So if he were to just pop up and throw it, we at least got a guy there. So it frees him up to be kind of a free player to clean up anything and everything.